Okay. Not me accidentally clicking the wrong things. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. I live. I keep forgetting. I live. Hello. I guess I'll just start reading. Yay! I don't remember where we last saw. We're on Ashton's route, are we not? Or are we still in Zach's route? I honestly have no recollection of where we are. Where are we? Zach? Question mark? Okay, yeah, we're in Zach's. We're in Zach's thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, we still have a lot of game to go through. All over again. Okay. We've got used to no privacy. We've got no use for privacy when neither of us seem to be... When... I can't read! We've got no use for privacy when neither of us seem too keen on talking. The arrival of food, however, seems to abate this, and pretty soon, small bits of conversation would slip in. A chuckle here or a little nod there. Ah, I'm sorry, I bumped my mic. Not quite enough to break the tension, nor be taken as an apology, but cordial to the point swallowing our meal becomes easier. But someone has to open the can of worms eventually, no matter how unpleasant it is. Might as well get straight to the point. Sorry, bro. Shade, thank you for the water! Above all, he was not the one who threw the first punch that day.
Ash, the other day...
Words falter from my mouth when he pauses eating, his fork halfway to his mouth. It clinks a moment later against his plate when he settles it down, and leans back on his seat, arms crossed and all ears. Oh, my audio is a little bit staticky. Oh no. I will confess, I did drop these headphones. That probably might be the reason. Oh no. Hello, fish. I hope it isn't too bad. How staticky is staticky, Shade, if I may ask? Headset. It's headset, so it's an even bigger oh no. Oh no. Try unplugging and plugging it back in. Okay. Hello? Hello, hello. Hello. Boop, boop, boop. Nervous for noises. Oh, okay. Pog. Thanks, Shade. But yeah. Yay! It's gone! Thanks, Fish. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm glad that was caught like early in the stream. Let's go. A second or two passes before I find my voice again. Just woke up, negative degrees C with a window open. Oof. Fish, I hope you warm up. Let's go. Yes, still a bit sick but doing better. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Shade. I hope that you get better soon. I'm honestly also still a little sick. The sniffly snooze won't leave me. Suffering. A second or two passes before I find my voice again.
You deserve an apology for the other day. Sorry for hitting you. Didn't mean to do it. I was overwhelmed. It wasn't very good news to wake up to.
He does not answer. Oh yeah, Fish, I hope that you don't get sick since that you woke up to a open window. Rather, he picks his abandoned utensil up and resumes eating.
Hey, are you still...
My jaw was smarting the whole day after that, you ass.
Ah, sorry about that too.
There doesn't appear to be any kind of swelling or bruising, though. A small relief because the last time this happened, which also notably occurred mere scant minutes after we met, the purple hue stayed for weeks. Okay, what did Ashton do that made you punch him in the face that happened a few minutes when you first met? I am curious. Wrongfully accused for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. But it all worked out. In the end, that very same guy I punched was the very one who helped clear my name.
I was at fault too. I should have phrased it better. Should have handled it better. Sorry.
There is no exchange after that, and for the better part of lunch, we keep to our respective meals. I suppose it's better this way. Less reason for things to become awkward. This is as close as we could get to rebuild that bridge after all. However, this ain't the hardest part.
How's it going?
How's what going?
You know what I'm talking about.
He rakes a hand through his hair and lets out a huff. If he can, if the place ain't as cramped full of people or as loud as it currently is, I don't doubt he'll be pacing the length of the room. Anything to take the edge off, anything to get his brain running.
Nothing from forensics yet. They're having a hard time. You saw the state the body was in.
Her innards were outards.
Doesn't even look like it was done by a human.
Maybe it's not human.
What, are you suggesting some wild dog broke into the victim's apartment and did that to her? The place was clean. This had to be done by someone who's been doing this for years.
You know I would never imply something like that.
Well, what are you implying then?
That maybe these might be connected.
The expression on his face grows more puzzled with each photo I spread on the table. There's about 8 of them, all of it reprints of the same thing. Miss Wright's distorted head on the photos. He takes a minute to go through each, eyeing the prints weirdly. The furrow on his brow doesn't ease even as he gathers all of it into one pile and sets them in one neat stack in front of me with a heavy sigh.
Hannah Wright?
Yeah. How did you...
The locket. She never takes it off. Evan's family heirloom.
Oh! And when she got possessed, she replaced her necklace. Oh. Would Luke notice that? I think he would. I mean, he noticed her when she kept calling him Prince. I won't even think about asking why or how he knows that. If he's investigating him, he'll likely have already dug up every unimaginable dirt on them, including family history.
You never mentioned you got work from them.
Yesterday, yeah. It's just a small feature for a magazine. Interviews, photos, standard stuff, nothing big. But see, here's the thing. I don't know how else to put this out there without sounding crazy, but there really is something odd with that place. Remember the letter?
He drags in a breath, reaches up his nose, and pinches it. Like the action alone will help grant him all the patience in the world to continue this conversation.
Please tell me this isn't about that again.
Ash, I'll hate to tell you the name of this visual novel.
No, Ash, you've got to listen this time.
I am listening, and I can't believe that just came out of your mouth.
Oof.
These are some blurred out photos, and that letter is just a stupid prank. I expected this from Isabella, not you.
You're the photographer here. I don't see any need to get worked up over this.
I know what you mean, but will you hear me out first?
Ash leans back on his seat and doesn't say anything further. He gestures for me to continue with a wave of his hand, impatience clearly on his face. Any other person telling him this, and he'll walk out without batting an eye. I suppose the only reason he's giving me the benefit of the doubt is because we know each other.
Ash, I don't easily buy into these things as much as you do. Yesterday, though, behind Hana.
He blinks at this, his eyebrows lifting momentarily before settling into a deep frown.
Hana? Since when were you on a first-name basis with the right missus?
Why does that even matter?
I thought you said this was just a gig.
His voice stays level, but the accusation in it is as clear as day. It hits a nerve in me somehow, more than it usually does. Oops. Yeah, that's not the point here, bro. Ah, no! Okay, sorry. I want everyone to really like each other when I ruin their lives. When I ruin all their relationships and kill them. Yeah, right, Shade? I think it's because he just doesn't... I'm sorry, Shade. I made the mistake in killing Rebecca, now I'm just waiting for full-on pain. Like, I understand if he was friends with Luke, right? But this is Hana. Hana's nice. Okay. It went out. Patience can be a tough thing to summon at times. But we didn't get this far as friends if we let our own tempers be the lord of us.
Bro, it's really just another freelance work.
He eyes me skeptically, the same stare he reserves for people he interrogates. I've been on the receiving end of it before, early in our friendship. Years later, he's already got the unimpressed police look down pat.
And there's nothing going on with me and Miss Hana. She was just being friendly.
Yeah!
Just call her by her first name. That's all.
Yeah, Fish, correct. Sadly, she is also the one who is married to Luke.
I wasn't implying any of that. You're not that sort of guy.
I know, but let's just get that out of the way. The just-in-case elephant in the room scenario, aight? She's a married woman, Jesus!
Not with the image she presents in public.
Wait, what? Ash, what do you mean by that?
No, but trust me, she ain't any of the things the tabloid writes about her.
Like I read any of those.
I know you don't, but keep it in mind, will you?
Will do. Though I can't promise you'll get off scot-free if she's involved. Man, with how you're acting, it feels like I'm doing a solid for your girlfriend.
What?
Cut that out, will you? And I'm not asking you to.
No, don't do this to me, because now I want to ruin Luke's relationship with Hannah and possibly get her with Zachary. Can I do that? Because I learned in the endings, the relationships do affect what happens. Do I be a homewrecker? Do I try to hook Zach up with Hana? Let's go.
Besides, what's currently going on here is more important.
Alright, lay it in.
Recounting everything takes the better half of our lunch, but he manages to listen, through the entire thing without a snide comment. A feat in itself, actually. At the end of it, Ash merely nods, takes out his phone, and excuses himself. Off to a far corner of the cafe for some privacy. If you can even afford to have such in a place as public as this. He turns in a little while and hands me a small card.
I can't stop you if you're willing to believe in this crap. Give this guy a call. You're better off talking to him than me.
Oh yeah, this was also another big choice, to go with the priest or Professor Clark. I wonder if the Ghosty Goo would have went after Professor Clark if we went to him.
He's at the public library now if you want to catch him there. He used to be my professor back in the university.
Oh, no, I don't think that's...
Go on, I already gave him a heads up.
Pardon.
You know I can't help you out, man.
Eh? He gives my arm a tap and walks off, mumbling about checking back how things are at the precinct. I don't see his face when he leaves, but I know this is his own little way of helping out, despite what he doesn't voice out. Of all the places, it never crossed my mind I'll end up wandering into the public library today, considering I rarely ever visited. Somehow, there has always been this kind of disconnect between me and books in general. Sure, some of them held my attention in my youth, during the brief times of the day I was left on my own with nothing to do. I went through the whole of Grant's collection, as a matter of fact. Read them twice or thrice, even. But they never did hold it for long. Most of it never even sticked. Especially after I learned it's simply easier to do things myself if I want to learn stuff. This ain't in the plan in the first place. But after Ashton went through trouble to contact the professor, I just can't ignore it. I can't just ignore it. Nothing but quiet greets me inside, though. Not the typical mum one would associate with the library, but one akin to a hush prior to an impending trouble. This is where Rebecca died. Or perhaps I'm just overthinking again. I really like to think I'm just thinking too much about this, that this is just the lack of sleep talking. Regardless, apart from a group of students murmuring in a corner somewhere, the place is free of its usual visitors. All while my footsteps echo in a manner unsettling enough to raise the hairs at the back of my neck. Much to my relief, it does not take me long to find him, being the only occupant in this side of the room. Professor Andrew Clark. I've never personally met the man, but Ash has spoken highly of him several times. In fact, he is Ash's go-to guy when something's troubling him with a case. My steps are unsure as I approach. At any rate, he greets me with a warm smile like a grandson he hasn't seen in a long time.
Ashton's friend, I take it. Zachary. You'll have to forgive this old man if I don't get your name right.
He kind of reminds me of like a chill Santa Claus.
Oh, no, you got it. It's Zach. Zachary Steele, Professor Clark.
Oh, okay, you don't pronounce the other E. I always pronounce it as Steely. Okay, it's Steele. He gestures at the empty seat across the table while he returns to his books. The next couple of minutes pass in relative silence as he continues to read and take notes from the pile he's accumulated on the table. Maybe I should have taken a book first before heading here. But before I can even get far into the idea, the professor clicks the book shut and sets it aside. And sets it atop the stack next to him.
Ashton told me you were hoping to get answers from me. Although I'm not quite sure what I could share, I'll do my best to help.
Of course, there are a lot of things I want to ask. How do we get out of this mess in the first, among hundreds of concerns in my head? But in the presence of someone I barely know, the thought won't easily form. He is nothing but patient, however, and with enough time to mull over, a question finally forms.
Do you believe in the paranormal, Professor?
It's supernatural, actually. Don't worry. It's a common mistake to make, but they really are two different things.
They are?
The other one deals with what we can't explain at the moment, while the other are things we may not have an explanation to.
Wait, which one's which?
Here.
What? He places a couple of papers in front of me, the very same one he was writing on earlier. A study of Luxembourg supernatural culture in a nutshell.
A friend of mine wrote that a few years ago. He took interest in the city after reading about the stories. I have to agree with him here. Even stories dealing with things you don't see with the naked eye can be rife with culture, and this city thrives on it. Just ask the locals.
Like ghosts, for example.
Among other things. The interpretation has changed over the years, though. Various religions, for example, have their own version. It might not always be a spirit now.
Demon?
It could be a memory,
Oh.
or an imprint, an echo, so to speak. Some are born from curses, even, out of great anger, hatred, or pain. There was this one story. Ah, here it is.
Another book is pulled out from the stack and placed open atop the papers, while he speaks with such passion that it makes me wonder if some part of him believes these to be true. It is interesting, though, even if I'm personally not a fan of such stories. I'm a fan. Bruh, hand it over. And soon, hours pass without my notice.
In the end, it asked for something to be sacrificed in order to destroy whatever anchors the wraith.
Is this a different folklore, or is this the Ermengarde mansion still?
A sad tale, that one. But the simplest grudge can bring the ugliest, even in the kindest person, with some people none the wiser. Oh, I'm sorry. I just went on.
Nah, it's good. Are you familiar with the Ermengarde mansion,
Oh,
though?
it wasn't. Okay.
Of course. That goes without saying. Who hasn't heard of the local legend? Although, word of the mouth is, someone has already bought it.
Ah, yeah. The right couple. It was a close friend who handled that sale.
So I heard. Well, don't think the house being bought by anyone would stop us from talking about it. What is it about the mansion, then?
I just want to ask what you think of it, sir.
We're going to need more than an afternoon for that, young man. You see, it's the kind that has changed over the years, passed down from one person to the next. Sometimes, it's the Lord William who haunts the place. There are versions where it's the lady of the house. But my favorite, a personal favorite, would have to be the ones that followed after the disappearance of the kind daughter.
Oh?
Well, what about these then?
There is a moment of hesitation on my part before I pull out Miss Wright's photos and lay them all in front of him. Unlike Ash, though, the professor expects each print with great interest. That gives me some hope, at least.
When were these taken?
Just the other day. Do you think those are the same?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. There were certainly instances when the film would pick up what the human eyes weren't able to see. But then, it could also have been human error.
I didn't edit it in any way. You have my word on that, Professor. They all just came out like that.
Then, if it is what you're thinking, I'd strongly advise against doing something reckless and further tangling with them. Accounts about them may be riveting to you, but most of it often ends in an unpleasant manner.
What about those people in the house? If there is something in there, shouldn't they know? I'm sure they're already familiar with the legends, but
Some people might deserve it, however.
deserve what, sir?
Oh, he still wants revenge. Okay. All of a sudden, the tenderness in the professor's eyes disappears, his face becoming unreadable. As though catching himself, he hastily clears his throat, gathers his books, and rises from his seat.
Professor?
I'm sorry. I just remembered something I neglected to do. You'll have to excuse me, Zachary.
All right. Do you need any help with that?
Don't let my looks fool you, son. I can still carry a few hundreds. I've been doing this for years. I'll see you some other time if you have any other questions.
Of course. It was nice knowing you, Professor.
He doesn't hear it, however. In a few short strides, he's out of the library, leaving me in every piece of this whole mess, amidst the oppressive stillness. Despite the answers gleaned, more questions surfaced. If there is even a single way out of this, I hope we find it soon. We sacrifice Luke. It wants a sacrifice. We give Luke. The moon is well into the sky by the time I make it back home. My heavy treads and the sound of traffic outside echoing my ears, filling the empty room with some semblance of life. Nana would scold me if she ever hears me walk like that, but after today, I really can't give a damn about everything. The mattress creaks under my weight as I unceremoniously flop down onto it, and I find myself looking at the paper under my grip. An invitation and requests to cover an event, the Wrights' housewarming party tomorrow evening. Can I throw him into the volcano? We are doing a volcano sacrifice, right? I don't know if Luxembourg has volcanoes. I think we need to kill him in the mansion, Fish. Sorry to hear it, my dude. Sorry to say it. If only it were that easy. But it'll give me a chance to talk to her about that thing in their house. With a sigh, I let my hand fall to the side of the bed, along with the invitation. I'll think about it tomorrow. Then when my head ain't muddled with thoughts of a headless woman and the haunting smiles of a ghost. Belatedly, it occurs to me that the last meal I ate had been the one with Ashton. And an empty gnawing ache makes itself known, but I can't bring myself to stand up. Today was a complete waste of time, and frankly, a disappointment. I don't like this. The lack of certainty, the disquiet, the lack of stable ground to stand on, the part where I do not know what will come tomorrow. Ever since that damn letter, everything has been thrown out of the loop. I wish everything stayed the same. Routine would have been easier to make sense of than this. Closing my eyes, I let the noise from the streets below lull me to sleep. At the very least, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. The melody carries into the hall long before I cross the threshold. Solemn but gentle and soothing, a reminder of what home is. Pa's firm but meaningful gaze, Ma's wistful smiles, the warm rays filtering through the eaves at sunset, the distinct smell of wet earth and leaves after a long day's rain, and our room. The room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. A place we were once promised several springs ago. Yet it won't stop.
No, wait! Come back! I'll be good this time! Please don't leave! Please stay!
The floorboards are cold under my feet, more than it usually is, and the walls more foreboding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma's singing ceases, and Pa? I can't hear Pa. Not above the rankless clanging and deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There is only the blinding fear. But when the light breaks, her skin has already taken a sickly pale color, rotten in most parts, blood dripping from every open gash and laceration in her body. Bony hands grip Hannah's neck like a noose, staining the skin underneath with a vibrant shade of scarlet. Nothing but malice fills the gleam in her eyes. A scream ripples through the air. My whole body feels distant. Every limb heavy with lead, still unable to move at will. Not even so I can wipe the beads of sweat forming at my temple. The rasping of my breath easily fills the room in the wee hours, while I force it back into a steady rhythm. There is a tightness in my chest that I can't shake off, my heart pounding against it as if it's about to burst out. Something cold has settled in my legs. Not the usual chill that comes and goes with the passing breeze from the window, but one strong enough to sting, shackle, and leave a frigid sensation creeping up my skin. With every struggle I make, the pressure wounds firmly around my legs. Oh no. Shade. Shade. I think she's on a shade. Shade. Tighter. And tighter. And tighter. And all until it becomes too much. My heart stops! Another draft sweeps into the room and brings it with the iron tang of blood. Thick. Suffocating. Filling my nose with a foul, sickening smell as I shift my gaze downwards, and it slowly comes into view. I don't want to click next. Ah, okay. We're gonna get attacked by a ghost, Luck. Hi, hi! Mouth stretched in a hideous smile, and eyes brimming with nothing but madness. The stench of gore taints the air around me, and I can't look away. From it, her. From the terror and death that her uncanny, twisted features alone scream. I try to open my mouth to shout, to ask for help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is the painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me from her. Then suddenly, the bed dips. I hate it when ghosts crawl. I don't like crawling ghosts. Please walk. You have legs. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. There is no ear-splitting scream, no wild thrashing of limbs. Just a painful, constricting awareness that something has wound itself tightly around my neck. I waste no second pulling it, a blanket, away, but allow myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting off the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. One step, 2 steps, 3. But the dreams have gotten worse. Ever since 2 days ago, no longer are they the small cursory flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. I can still feel the blood in my hands, the putrid smell of rotting flesh, the sickening crunch of bones breaking with every movement, and her cold, chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long, ragged breath, and before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Wasn't it, Luck? How are ya? Even in the waking world, it reeks. A bench on the park is far from the most private place for thoughts in Luxembourg, considering its location at the heart of the bustling city. But in the early hours of the morning, it provides enough peace and quiet for any poor, problematic soul who happens to wander here. I still have the sniffly-whiffly, sadly, but I'm doing good. Ooh, glad to hear that you're doing good. Have fun with Halo, my dude. The city is just waking up, a little later than usual. But knowing what day it is, one can't fault it for being a little tardy just this once. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish the images. Every single one has rooted itself in my head, its claws digging deep in what is no longer a safe place to hide in.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady, take a key and lock him up, lock him up, lock him up.
Take a key and lock him up, my fair lady. It used to be easy finding some pretense of peace under the guise of sheer optimism, following regular routine. Now I don't know what to make of it. Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide, when everything's falling apart. That way, you don't have to be the first to witness it when it does. It worked when things went bad with the movie, after all. It also worked when Mom and Pa were taken from us. Maybe it really is better if I just... And now I can higher the volume again. Sorry, Kylie. You're dying in Halo? I wish you the best of luck, my dude. RIP. The tiny voice gives me a pause. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is peering at me. I'm so sorry what happened to you in the first ending that I got. I didn't think she'd go after you. I'm sorry. Two wide eyes overflowing with what can only be the natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely note that St. Garret uniform she is wearing before returning her greeting.
Hey kid.
Kylie.
Kidley.
Kylie?
That's my name. Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
Then she flops down on the empty space beside me. Yeah, that ending was messed up, bro. I was not expecting that. Especially since that she was calling out to Luke for help. Oh, I felt so bad. Her little legs, still too short to touch the ground, swings in tune with a song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. Nana would often invite the ones in our old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then Sis and I were both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
Oh yeah, I think we've seen her papa, but not her mama.
No, but my big brother's with me. He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
She points to the far end of the park, the one closest to the street, where a kid is taking shots of something above him. It doesn't look to be birds because all there is on that side of the park are buildings. Damn! Rip Luck, sorry to hear it.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter.
Kylie has great taste. This makes me feel even more horrible of what happened to her.
Do you have a camera too, mister?
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
Oh.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa. We aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today. If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
Oh my god, that's so cute! but dog pictures. She'd take the cutest dog pictures. Right? Agreed. Yo, Cappy bro, thanks for the lurk.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
That is so cute. Why does she smell of death flags? Because we did kill her in the first ending. We got luck. We did kill her. I'm sorry.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
Before I know it, a smile has spread over my face. They say kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do, with how sincere Kylie looks. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
No, not sick. Just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Same.
Yeah, I think so. You see, there's this mean girl. She's given my friends and I a lot of trouble.
Oh, we've actually read this before. Sup, J-Man? No need to worry. We just, the biggest thing you missed that was new is the fact that we talked to Ashton's and Rebecca's professor. And he's a ghost, and he's a believer of ghosts. Oh, that's fair, Jabin. Yo, nice.
Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? Especially when you can't do anything.
Okay, yeah, I just realized we have read this before, so I'm skipping.
One of my friends, she left us because of her.
Never mind, the second I said that, we ran into new text. Let's go.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help. That's what happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie.
Kylie, her innards are outards.
What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason.
Kylie, she snapped your neck at the end of one ending. I don't think you can She scares you? I feel bad for her, bro. She scared me ever since, like, the bathroom and, like, every time she gets possessed, essentially.
Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
I don't think that'll work either.
What does she want? I've never figured that out.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan. You're just scared, mister.
Hell yeah, I am! That's fair, Jabin. That strikes a chord. Maybe it's the honesty in her tone, or simply the truth in the words itself. Bruh, I'd be scared of her too. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
Kylie is cool, but I will admit, I'm scared of a possessed Kylie. That's what I've been doing, ain't it? I think we've read this. Okay, yeah, it is. Aren't spirits supposed to be humans before, too? Had people they cared about lived a life of their own. Smile and laugh like the rest of us does. Oh. Boop ba doop ba doo. Boop. Yo, J-Ben, this is the quote of the day is also a question. Is your reality sad? I believe that's from Twinkle Stars, a manga series. Yeah, called Twinkle Stars. By Natsuki Takaya, I mean. The creator of Fruits Basket or Orange High School Host Club? No, Fruit Basket. Yes. Excuse me while I blow my nose. I mean, I spent 8 hours grinding chess and only gained 1 rating point. Are you okay? Are you okay mentally? That feels like me playing Mahjong. I've been playing for 8 hours straight, and I have lost. Fair, Javen. I hope that things get better. Had people they cared about lived a life of their own, smiled and laughed like the rest of us does. Do they really lose it all after death? Oof. Oh yeah, Fish, you did the chess too, right?
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
Oh my god, that is so cute! the distance, her brother calls for her, and I take that as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face. The first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
I give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know. She might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age. She already has this understanding of things. But maybe when she's older. Oh, okay, fish. Interesting. When the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
Oh no! Speak of the devil.
With what?
Confused, I glance back.
What do you want from us?
What do you want from us? The response never comes, however. Because when I blinked, gone.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
Luckily, with the power of we have been through this before, we got to skip most of her scary face. For several passing seconds, I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains in there is the carefree smile of a child, none of that spite and of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing, huh? I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
I break into a run. I don't look back, not even as I bump into a couple of passersby, as soon as I'm out on the busy streets. Going insane, this is what it is. And if we don't do something soon, we all will be. The tremors follow me even as I get home. I had hoped a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Okay, I wonder if we've read this already. Okay. Instead, I'm assaulted with more images of her. Her smile, the loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, and the horrid crunch that comes with every movement she makes. Even old memories have been sullied by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it is meant to be. In the end, all I got is a sinking feeling I will never be rid of her image, and another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is already hanging low on the horizon when I make it back, and for the first time, coming home feels more like a chore. Only, I didn't arrive to an empty room, because as soon as I open the door, I'm greeted by none other than
Sup, Z-Man?
whatever proverbial stone has made a home in the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of Ashton. Sitting comfortably on my couch, munching on a bag of chips, with both feet propped atop the coffee table. Common sense dictates I should throw him out. Any person of a right mind would. But like many other things I've gotten accustomed to, I simply take it all in stride. I never did bother turning him away the first time to begin with. Oh, I should fix Let Chat. There we go. That looks a little nicer.
Ash, how many times do I have to tell you not to call me Z-Man?
Oop.
And stop breaking into my apartment! Call the cops on you, but doing that feels like a joke in itself because you are one.
I didn't. You gave me a key the last time I did that, remember?
After the last one you broke, I can't keep replacing the knob just because you think it'd be amusing to lockpick the hell out of it. And hey, Is that my...
Ash smirks at me because, of course, he has the gall to smirk knowing what he did. He pops what's very likely the last piece of chip into his mouth and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it on the nearby trash. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music for the end credits of a movie. He's likely been waiting for a while if he's gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards and watch something.
You ate all of it! I was saving that one for the weekend!
I'll replace it.
What exactly is this about? I know I said some real weird things the other day. If this is still about that, I'm not taking it back. It wasn't just a trick of the eye.
In an instant, he sits up, every trace of amusement gone from his face. He clasps his hand in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to ease, yet the grim expression on him tells a different story altogether.
No, you're right. There really are some odd things going on here lately.
Wait, what? Did I just hear you say that?
I'm not kidding, Zach. Speaking of the other day, did you meet with Andrew last time?
Yeah, at the library. He was,
I'm sorry to hear that, Fish. Dang.
What did he say about the photographs?
Huh? Oh, there's no guarantee it's a supernatural thing. It doesn't always happen. So, that's a dead end right there. Now that I think about it, bothering that guy for this feels pretty silly now. But with the dreams lately...
Huh. What are the chances of that happening?
That's all? Did he say anything about the damn letter at all? Did you ask him even?
I pause, glancing at him skeptically. I don't know where this sudden curiosity is coming from. But if Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton takes interest in this, something or someone must have fucked shit up somewhere. Or the world is ending. Seconds pass. The apocalypse I'm expecting to go along with it doesn't arrive, however.
Yeah, that's really everything. The letter kind of slipped my mind. The photos were more important at that time. There was some stuff about the local horror stories, though. Talked about the curses, and he was really fascinated with the story about a wraith asking for a sacrifice to move on. Kinda nasty if you ask me, but it does make sense if you simply go along with it. I'm not sure how this will help in the grand scheme of things.
We sacrifice Luke.
Why are you asking about this anyway?
Becca's been saying weird things lately.
Weird like...
Same kind of weird Isabella says.
Aight, bro, stop right there. I thought you didn't believe in this stuff.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something. Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one this morning.
Didn't you say you were getting closer to...
Apparently, the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter, though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track. Have you seen the news this morning?
He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to a news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire has spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place the body was found. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claimed. If only they knew.
You think this is...
I don't know what to think, Zach.
He rises from the chair and begins pacing the length of the room, lacing his fingers roughly through his hair.
I just know there's something. There must be. There has to be. Fuck!
Well, you do have something in mind, I'm sure. A plan? Come on, Ash, you're good with that.
I do! I'm just not sure if I'll get anything out of it.
Well, a plan is better than no plan at all, ain't it?
You right. You right. Sorry. I actually like that as a quote, so I'm screenshotting it. It's Isabella's death and Rebecca saying that she saw something as well. That's what's pushing him on edge. Almost too sudden, he swivels on his heel, and for a passing moment, I thought he's going to shout at me. Yeah, we're still on this route. Apparently when Zach and Ash first met, Zach punched Ash in the face the first few minutes within their meeting, and it left a bruise for a few weeks. No, I am still sick, unfortunately. This weather has not been kind. But I'm pushing through. Yes, yes. Sadly, it's normal for me to be sick. I am sadly a sickly human. I am a sickly plant. Yes, yes. Instead, Ashley simply flops back down on the couch, crosses his arms over his face, and releases a long, ragged breath. His voice comes out smaller, closer to a whisper, when he speaks again.
I should have looked into this when she was still here.
Thank you, J-Bent. And I'm sorry to hear that too, Fish.
Maybe none of this would have happened if I did.
Thank you, Fish. Appreciate it. Ah, there it is. No need to ask who her is. Ash is shit at timing, though. He almost confessed to Isabella after she, like, confessed everything about her dad dying and, like, reminiscing about him. Like, bruh. That's not the time to confess your romantic feelings. I finally adjusted to the cold, but as soon as it warms up, I'm done for. Yeah, that's true. That's fair, J-Ben. Hopefully it won't be as bad. Ugh, I'm prone to getting summer colds as well, sadly. Every should-haves, could-haves, and would-haves. He's a little confused when he's got the spirit. He almost got spirited. Angry fart noises as I remember the elevator. All our frustrations in one statement. All we can do is to cope. Okay, time to save and make sure that we're just well liked by everyone so we can get the best worst ending where everyone loves each other, but most of us are dead. Remind him. I think the better option is to remind him that we're not alone. Also, making my way back to 25 again. Ooh, nice.
You ain't the only one stuck in this mess, you know.
Damn it! Damn it, Ash! Fine. Better not let anyone else die, Ash. Or I'll turn you to ash.
Rebecca and I are still here.
Yeah.
We'll manage one way or another.
Then again, the second I heard the tone of Zach on the first one I chose, it does sound accusatory. Like, yo, bro, you're not the only one. Okay, this one is more friendship.
Don't make it sound so easy. We have no idea what we're dealing with here.
I ain't saying it will be, but we gotta do something, yeah?
I'm gonna try streaming more, J-Ben. So good luck once I decide to do afternoon streams again.
Make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else.
No, they have not. Not yet. He grins. It sounds like Ash likes that idea, though. None of it reaches his eyes, but it's a start. We've got to start picking up the piece somewhere and hope everything will turn out for the better at some point. And Ash, well, frustrations aside, he has always preferred taking matters into his own hands. However, a little reminder there are people with him won't hurt.
You have a point.
I always do. You just don't listen.
If he minds the bluntness in my words, he doesn't show it. But little by little, things begin to look up, if only for a short while. Ash leaves minutes close to sundown. He said little until then, not even a hint of what he's aiming to do after. Oh, nice. An hour in and your phone's like, yo, by the way, BT dubs. This person's streaming. Nice. Well, if it ain't any of my business to know who his whole reticent attitude on the matter gnaws at me. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people, heading home after a hard day's work. Little of the bustle matters to him as he steps out the crowded walkway, however. The only goal in his mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. Oh, there's only his goal in his mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. He's probably decided on it long before he made the decision to drop by. But despite this, he lags behind.
What's wrong, Ash?
His mouth opens then closes, but whatever he wants to say is lost in the clamor of traffic outside.
Is there something I can do?
No, just say where you are.
I can't do that. No can do, Ash. Ask me anything but that. No way in hell I'm gonna pretend there ain't a problem when there is. This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
Oh.
What? You think you have a better plan?
Who knows if it's better? At least it's something.
If all this is going to do is put you in danger, then I'd rather you not do anything at all.
Ashton, that fist ain't gonna do anything to Zach. Just saying.
I never want to wake up to that kind of thing again. Finding out one of my friends has been found dead. Murdered in her own apartment.
I'm putting Ash under a lot of emotional distress. Oops. Yeah, the boys do be fighting again. We need Mama Rebecca to step in. And yes, she's still alive right now. For now.
One person is enough.
Not in this playthrough, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
This is still better than having no other course of action, yeah?
He's about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, aight? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want. But please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
I have no idea if it's the look on my face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, though, his mouth presses into a thin line. He nods.
Do what you want. If you can check in with Rebecca, I'd appreciate it.
When he stumbles into the sidewalk and allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I like to think the tiny gleam in his eyes is the closest we can get to optimism in this situation. Whether that alone will be enough to give me a peaceful sleep tonight remains to be said. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. With her image still stuck in my mind, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard. With Ma's lullaby... What the heckity heckity? Thank you, Javen. Aw. My good friend and Mod Flare, nice. Bro, how many gifted subs? Bro, how much money have you spent on streamers? Calm down. With her image still stuck in my head, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard. With Ma's lullaby still echoing in my ears, no longer the soft tune it once was. You gave up the funny number. Hey, new year, new number. He's gotta hit 420 now. I'm kidding. And the terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach. It's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off even for a little while. No. What other funny number? There's no other funny number. What other funny number is there? What? I don't know any other funny numbers. I just know of That's way too big of a funny number. That's a concerning number. Bruh. If you hit that number before 2025 comes out, that's concerning, bro. Though if I'm going to be honest, it's not like it is not the night terrors that are keeping me wide awake at night tonight, but the anxiety and the hope I'll hear from Ashton soon. Time to start buying lottery tickets. Hey, yo. Good luck, my dude. And for what's perhaps the 42nd time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. I've not heard from him since he left. He hasn't promised to call, of course, but a small part of me wishes he would have common sense at the very least. Waiting is a tough game, and with the concerns stretching out, the minutes far longer than usual, it's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind. Moreover, it does not help when the clock finally strikes 3. My hand stills. She's on our walls! It'll be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight into my throat in that brief second. Ghosting hour, woo. Maybe it's because of the Twitch integration Cult of Lamb has. Yeah. Maybe I should play that again. But then again, they have the Sussy update. And I don't know how Twitch will react to the Sussy update. It'll be a complete and utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight to my throat in that brief second. My whole body has gone motionless, ears straining for any further sounds. A couple of tense seconds pass. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuates. Power fluctuations ain't nothing new. Every now and then this would happen, leaving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Nothing unusual anymore after a few years of living here. But at the same time, the sudden hush brings with it a stillness that raised the hair at the back of my neck and set my heart beating hard against my chest. Something reeks in the air, and in an instant, this place is no longer home. It's a prison. Every irrational fiber of my being screams at me to leave. I force myself to swallow and keep a clear head as I lay down all my cleaning tools and begin gathering together the rest of my things scattered about on the table. The camera's body, lenses, filters, diffuser, phone, anything my hand could reach, but in the resulting panic like in the nightmares, it is the scent that reaches me first. A foul, putrid smell filling my lungs with the heavy stink of death. My fingers clamp tightly to the camera, holding it closer to my body as if the tiny thing would prove enough protection to whatever is with me in the room. It won't. Hey, at least he's aware. Guess who's gotta jump out the window? Yo, what story does Zach live in? He might have a chance to live. But it's the only comfort I have. And knowing that whoever she is, she had once been human. Perhaps not all of it is gone. Yo, is she gonna realize how much of a sweetheart Zach is and not kill him? Let's go. Perhaps some of it is still there.
Hello?
Oh, sweetie.
I know you're in here.
Can we give the ghost a hug? The ghost gave Isabella a hug, man, and you know how that ended.
What do you want?
Something moves behind me, a soft scuttling over the walls, followed by the squelch and painful creaking of what can only be rotten flesh and broken bones. Without hesitation, I whirl around, my fingers and camera ready, patiently waiting for another movement.
I can help you. Whatever it is that keeps you here, I can help.
That's dangerous, bro. What if she wants a body?
That's what the letter's for, ain't it? You don't have to keep taking people's lives.
That's fair. That's fair. It was a hug from behind. She didn't get to hug her back properly. Maybe that's why she killed her. She got angry. It was a one-sided hug. Fair fish. I do not like how it just stops suddenly. Okay, let's go. There's a brief moment of silence after, and for a short while, I think my pleas work. Then, with no warning, the shuffling resumes, and along with it are the sobs of a woman. Oh, okay. It's this minigame again. So we're near the end of Zach's chapter. Can y'all see her? Oh, no, that's not her. That's my window. Oh, I missed her. Because that's my calendar again. Oh, there she is! Oh, no she isn't. Wait, where is she? Here? No, that's my calendar again. Got her! Oh, so she does move around in that! Maybe. She does move around, Stinky Binky. The light flashes fleetingly one last time, allowing me a glimpse of her grotesque, misshapen features before it is once again lost in the darkness. In my defense, I'm blind, okay? I can't see very well. Yeah, my doubled vision has been coming back lately, and I've been having to, like, close one of my eyes in order to focus on things, so that's been fun. All of a sudden, her tune changes, no longer a soft cry, but a high-pitched shriek, brimming with pain, grief, and anger. Every ounce of courage I've mustered flees from my body at the sound, and the next thing I know, my hand is gripping the knob and I'm wrenching the door open. Oh wait! Does Zach live? Let's go. Her wails follow me as I flee into the night. Or are we gonna be killed in the park? Pacing has always been more of Ashton's thing than mine. When I want to think, I sit and let the minutes tick by until an idea comes to mind or my pulse settles down. And yet, dried leaves and twigs crack under my shoes as I make another pass at them. Terror is too mild to describe what this is. There's no way in hell I'm going back. Whatever she is, pleading won't work. The moment we saw that letter, she's been after us.
But I can't run. Not this time.
Are you gonna, like, bludgeon her with your camera? Like, what we doing? Nearly 2 hours have gone by since I left the comfort of my room for the solitude of the park. 2 excruciating hours since I've started making calls. No one's answering. Not even Rebecca, who has always kept her phone line open in case other people need her. Okay, this is really bad. It does not help that Ash hasn't said a word where he went off to as well.
Damn it! I knew I should have asked him before I let him leave.
Oh, so Ash went to Isabella's workplace by himself, I'm guessing. It's blocking phone lines. Go to Becca's house. Would that be better? Or should he just go to a crowded place, like a nightclub or something? Or would that be worse because now we just have a raving ghost with flashing lights? Knowing him, he can be anywhere. But there's really only one place he'll likely be at this time. The sun has already peaked over the horizon when I make it to the mansion. I have no idea what I'm expecting to see when I got here. There's Ashton, first and foremost. A part of me wishes my assumptions are correct, and he's really somewhere close by on a stakeout. No, I remember this. Because we end up circling the Ermengarde mansion. We find an open window and we hear a woman crying, and we choose whether to go in or not because it could be Hannah. But I've never been the lucky sort when it comes to this kind of guessing. There's never anyone in the front of the Ermengarde mansion. Even when they did have like the giant parties, there was never like a CG of like cars and stuff. And even after I've made a round of the immediate vicinity, I could find neither hide nor hair of him. Calling him does no good either, considering how awful the signal here is. He can't be too far if he's really here, but if he is, he would have already noticed me by now. What? Oh, sup, toy? You should use the sleep, my dude. How was guilty gearing? Nice to hear that, bro. Hey, nice. Boop. I wonder why I got a double nunny though. Boop. But yeah, go use the eep. Go away. Shoo. Shoo, this is our spooky time. Yes, yes. Shoo. We're trying to get people killed. That isn't even a redeem. But yeah, that wasn't the nunny isn't even a redeem. That's just the raid alert. So yeah, I'm gonna need to fix those or turn those off. He can't be too far away if he was really here, but if he is, he would have already noticed me by now. Yeah, it's all sound, sadly, J-Ben. Instead, there is only silence. The kind too quiet to find any sort of comfort in. Even the trees seem to have fallen asleep with the rest of the mansion, oblivious to what's happening around it. A small island of stillness in the otherwise fast-paced world. No wonder the whole Asalm feels at odds with the rest of Luxembourg. While the city is alive, growing every minute, breathing every second, and pulsating with life, the village remains unmoving. Unchanged. It's not surprising that the legend still lives up to this day, and why she's still here, walking its hollowed halls. And beyond me, the mansion looms ominously. But now ain't the time for fear. Even if Ash is not here, I've still got to let the Wrights know what I've seen, and what's in their home. And whatever grievances Ash has with them doesn't matter. There might be grounds for imprisonment, but they don't deserve a brutal death at the hands of one malicious spirit. And I'm sure that's what Isabella would want if she was still here. I head straight for their door without a second thought. It takes a few rings and the sound loud above, the foreboding stillness before I hear the footsteps on the other side.
God and Bennett, only a Nazi would knock at such an ungodly hour.
Please don't say anything, Luke. Also, yeah, J-Ben, it's not the worst thing in the world, so I'm not too worried about it.
Where's that damn butler when I need him?
Oh! You never had an aura before? Where did that come from? What? Luke, you okay there, buddy? Or not, buddy? Is he the big angry? Is he gonna get me demonetized and kicked off Twitch? Before long, the door swings widely open with Mr. Luke Wright standing behind it. Seething would be a complete understatement to describe him. Like this, I've got no doubt why Ash would find him a suspect.
You? How the hell did you get in here?
I walked.
What in 7 hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning!
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time. Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't.
Oh, it's completely fine, Mozzie. Hi. I saw the catpole. I will 100% die for it. And yeah, Luke has a evil aura around him now. Hello.
Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep. Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
They are. Mozzie, can you imagine if you managed to make a plushie of one? I bet they'd be really popular if you managed to market it correctly. Yes. I know I, for one, would 100% buy one. Or 2. Or a dozen. No, wait, that's eggs. A basket! No impulse. No impulses. Okay, no. Okay. I'm good. Oh. He doesn't actually talk to us. Last time I remember he tells us, "Oh, you're looking for Hana? Well, she needs the sleep, blah 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 blah," and we get to choose whether or not we're friends with her. I'll consider it. Lol, Capitals will be part of my next game idea once I finish the Corby game. I wish you the best of luck, Mozzie. I hope you're having fun. Let's go. I saw you working on the UI as well. Before I get a word in, he slams the door in my face and bolts it shut with much finality.
Wait, sir, you gotta hear me out.
Capel is from a comic? Aww.
You're both in danger if you stay in there. Have you seen the news lately? Everything's not a coincidence.
Only silence answers me. Maybe if it was Miss Wright. Oh, who am I kidding? There are limits to how far a person will believe in you. Then again, I didn't believe in Isabella when she warned us. Yay! Thank you, Mozzie! I'll read the comic after stream. Let's go. Thank you for sharing. And now I'm here, desperately trying to save people even if I'm aware it's completely out of my own capacity to do so. Is this what they call karma? If so, this is one horrible way of turning things around. Taking people's lives, playing with people's fears, making them feel useless.
You're around, ain't you? You here? Inside this house? Listening, watching, or whatever it is that you spirits do? What did they do to you? I can help you, you know? If it'll let you move on, I'll gladly do so.
Yo, I think we're gonna get a chance to kill Zach.
You don't have to kill anyone.
I'm sorry, Zach. Nothing. I don't even know who I'm talking to, or if a sane person is supposed to be doing that. The only thing I got after is a feeling of foolishness watching over me. Or perhaps this is just me losing my mind. We can fix them. We just gotta try harder, unlike last time. Out of other options and any other ideas, I let my hand slide off the door's surface and fall listlessly to my sides. I can go back to Luxembourg to try to find the others, to try to get out of this mess with them, or let them know how much in deep shit we all are. Both sound good. Either way, my loitering here ain't helping at all. I let the quietness calm me for a few minutes before standing up and heading out to fetch my bike. We just need to have everyone give the ghost a hug, then it'll be fine. Group hug, let's go. It's quite the distance to Luxembourg, but if I hurry, I'll reach it in maybe... The rustling stops as soon as I turn around and strain my ears for any other movement around me.
Yo, Ash, you there?
No answer. If he is here, and I've just missed him earlier... Already, my feet are moving in search for him. For the second time, it won't hurt to double check. We know it ain't, bro. We know it ain't. Triple check even. With how big the property is, he can be anywhere. True. If things ain't so urgent, if they ain't so dire that lives are at stake, I'd probably have just waited for him to show up again.
But damn it! He needs to realize what exactly it is he's dealing with.
That is not just a petty criminal he can simply throw in jail. That is something beyond the authority his police badge could ever give him. Oh, this reminds me, speaking of policemen throwing ghosts into jail, that reminds me of the visual novel Deathmark that I really want to play, where we literally play as a paranormal cop. We get to play as a cop and bust ghosties and exorcise them. Beep boop pow. And our boss is a possessed doll, which isn't as pog. Yeah, Deathmark is really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I think we're also doing it because we're cursed, but hey, curses smirches. Details. That it is not just a petty criminal he can simply throw in jail. That it is something beyond the authority his police badge could ever give him. The guy needs to stop playing the big damn hero, sit down, and chill. And if he continues the way he is now, I'm afraid he'll make a fatal mistake this time. My breathing comes in short, shallow rasp by the time I make it back to where I started. Still no sign of him, and I'm beginning to think I'm just wasting my time here. But that's when I hear it. I'd recognize the melody in a heartbeat. Ma's favorite song. I listen for a while, trying to gauge where exactly from the house it's coming from. My feet start moving before I can stop them. And there, as I circle a corner, from a room in the first floor, a single window is open, but I can't make out whoever's inside. However, I'm sure the singing comes from there. Still, why I'll hear an old tune, here of all places, I won't know. It's not an obscure song by all means, but it is pretty rare to find someone who knows this. And for some reason, death seems to follow this song around. Panic lodges itself at the base of my throat at once. Whoever's humming it might be. I don't want to be the pessimist now, but on the off chance that it is Miss Wright.
Shit.
I shouldn't just barge in there. I can put myself in danger before I can save everyone. Ash will tell me so in the exact same words. Might even write me a dissertation why that is a bad idea if he ain't so lazy. But damn it, god damn it! Sorry, Zach. Someone could be in danger. If they can scream, they ain't dead. We should leave them alone. We did that last time. We're opening the window. I can search for Ash, but what if it's too late by then? With how big this place is, he can be anywhere. But And it's very likely by the time we come back, someone's already bit the dust. That and the crowds grow louder against my ear the longer I linger. Almost impossible to ignore, drawing me in like a moth to a flame. For a moment, I let myself shudder, shaking the uneasy feeling off my head. This can't be a good idea, not by a long shot. Still, I've got to try. Funnily enough, for a couple as high profile as the Wrights, they don't seem to have any security detail patrolling around. We'll loot the body, let's go. A few guards here and there, sure, but one will expect they'll have more considering the size of the place. As if Zack would actually loot the body, though. I don't think anyone in this cast would loot the body, to be honest. Except for Luke. Luke would 100% loot the body. It works to my advantage, though I can't really complain when there's a high chance I might get arrested for what I'm about to do. Yeah, but he might take it in the pretense saying that it's evidence. If he wasn't a cop, then I'd say, like, yeah, Ash would definitely take it. It works to my advantage, though, and I really can't complain when there's a high chance I might be arrested for what I'm about to do. Luckily, the window's wide enough for me to fit through without making any noise. He would. There's certainly no point going back. Just like, oh, new watch? New ring? Ooh, these earrings would look great on Hana. I'll just won't tell her where it's from. Get it professionally cleaned. But as soon as I step into the parlor, all of it ceases. While I find no trace of the woman I heard crying like I'm expecting to. The room is still empty at this time of the morning, and I'm left standing awkwardly in the middle of the hush. Maybe she just hid somewhere.
Hello? Are you here?
Oh, those are dying woods.
I heard someone earlier, and I'm here to help.
Hoping for an answer, I let the question hang in the air. But several seconds merely go by without a word, or the slightest movement to indicate there is someone in here. Has been here. With the stories I've heard, the things I've seen, it takes effort to keep my brain from going into that line of thought. I don't know, honestly.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Yo, she better make the same promise.
If you're here, say something.
Nothing. Am I just hearing things? No, I'm pretty sure I heard someone. Is Johans gonna, like, kidnap us? With no one responding, I can't help but feel silly like this. And the awareness that I've just trespassed the house for nothing because of some voice prickles at me. Suddenly, the silence feels uncomfortable, and a needling anxiety slowly creeps up at my back. I should get out while I can. If it ain't there, it ain't there. I don't spare the room another glance when I walk back the way I came. Out the window, leave before someone else notices.
I thought I heard a servant moving around here. Turns out it's just a rat scurrying about.
Oh no, boss music's playing.
How unpleasant.
My heart shoots up into my throat. I can run. The window is a few steps away. I should be able to escape. But instead, out of some foolish impulse, I turn around. Perhaps it's only because the only impression the guy has left me in what few times we met is nothing but unsettling.
This ain't what you think it is.
You're quite the distance from the kitchen, I'm afraid. Perhaps I should lead you there.
Are you gonna butcher him?
Someone's in here before me. I wasn't here for what you're thinking. There was sobbing and...
A few blow knocks the winds out. The first blow knocks the wind out of me, sending me heaving and crumpling to my knees. Tears well up in my eyes as the pain swells when he twists my wrist behind my back.
You've gotta listen to me.
Then again, dirty thieves aren't welcome in my kitchen either.
For a moment, there is only silence, and a sudden piercing ache, this time at the back of my head. The room abruptly tilts on its axis, dimming. On the verge of unconsciousness, I can only hear the scuffling of foot, and the thud of a door being closed, and a woman crying, asking for help. I know no more.
So we're alive?
The pain is the worst when I come to. A sharp piercing ache somewhere at the back of my head, begging to be noticed. But it's nothing I can't handle. Blearily, I open my eyes, expecting to be greeted by sunlight. However, the walls that welcome me are familiar. When everything comes into focus, I recognize the place for what it is. Oh, we're alive! A cell. Dark, cramped, with the only light coming from the moon outside, streaming through the sole window, barred by thick metal bars. Yeah, we're in.
She's gonna kill us in jail when we can't run. Is that what's gonna happen? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Javen. And if we like call for help for like the security guard, they won't. They'll just think we're complaining. Oh no.
Memory rushes back to me in sharp bursts. The mansion, looking for Ashton, a familiar tune, and a woman crying. All while my head still aches from the hit I've received.
Still better than a morgue, I guess.
Oh, sweetheart, you're gonna visit one soon.
Gingerly, I pull myself up, stretching the cramps from my shoulders as I do so, but stopping when a sudden movement induces an acute stinging pain right through my arm.
I'm glad that Johannes didn't kill us. Especially since it's been implied that he's gotten rid of people before.
Damn, they got me good. What time is it?
As expected, they've taken everything I have on my person. Wallet, cell phone, my keys, meds, even a small pack of gum. Protocol is protocol. In the first place, ending back in another cell ain't in my agenda.
Wait, this isn't your first time being jailed?
The first time was not a pleasant experience, and this certainly won't be either. Considering who has likely put me in here, it could be much worse. The bars are cold to my touch when I approach it, looking for the person on duty.
Ooh, thank you, Mozzie!
Noted. They'd usually allow us to contact someone, and Ashton at least has to know I'm here.
Oh, probably. Probably it was the first time he punched Ash. And then Ash did clear his name, so he probably was jailed for a while, like just in a holding cell.
He'll be pissed, that I'm quite sure of, but he's the only one who can help prove my innocence and get me out. However much, I don't want to rely on him for this. The hallway in front of the cell is empty, but voices float through from further in. Likely the poor officer is assigned to late night duty. Hello, DJ. How are you?
No, this is the first. We're talking about the first time they met J-Ben. Not the recent punch.
But yeah, hi DJ. How's it going?
Yeah. Because the first time Zach punched him, within the first few minutes they met, it bruised for a while. And then they became besties.
Okay. Judging from the snippets of conversation I catch, today's topic over a snack is that moron who thought it's wise to cross the rights. They use other names too, most of which I'll like to have words with about them in the future. But really, I'm in no position right now.
Excuse me. Anyone?
Silence.
Excuse me, I need to make a...
That's mean. Humming his ma's song before you kill him.
Blood freezes in my veins, and my grip on the bar tightens.
Yeah, we did.
I don't dare turn.
Oh, we gonna be hugged by behind like Isabella.
Because more than the haunting melody, I'm afraid of what I'll see, of who's singing Ma's lovely lullaby. A death song. That's what it is now. But I guess that is what it has always been. If this is the end's calling, I'd prefer that it is not her vicious smile that I see last.
Oh, Zack, sweetie. Don't you love this song?
Hana? Possessed Hana? The necklace is different.
My head snaps up in surprise, and I swivel to see Miss Wright. Miss Wright, of all people, sitting on the cot.
Yeah, her color palette's a little, faded, bro.
Her smile as easy and sweet as ever.
Miss Wright, what are you... how did you...
Yeah, but it also possessed Hana.
I jostle the cell door to check. A prison break is the last thing on my mind, of course, but her presence here begs for a lot of puzzling questions to be answered.
Like when the ghost, took the form of Marianne's past lover, she was normal color. She was not faded like this.
Locked tight. Was I just too groggy earlier that I didn't notice her?
Don't be surprised, darling. Money and power can get you anything.
Did Hana's eyes change color? They were blue, right? She has a point.
Out of all the people, she knows more than anyone how to play that game in the world.
Oh, okay, thank you, Shade.
Yet to hear it straight out of her, it's like talking to a different person.
Maybe.
I didn't bring this up, however. Perhaps she's just having a bad day or a tiff with her husband.
Yeah, because we saw Hannah get all crazy. And she had the creepy sprite that I wish to not remember. I think so.
After the incident the other day at their party, well, I don't like gossip, but it won't be surprising. Anyone can say the strangest things when in a bad mood. Still, and all.
You ain't supposed to be here, Miss Wright.
Why ever not? Isn't it comfortable here?
Well, it is, kind of. But you're still not supposed to be on this side of the cell. Besides, it's too early. Or too late for a visit. This is beyond the scheduled hours.
Oh, I'm sure Chief Inspector Lee wouldn't mind a little chat between friends. Besides, his prison officers just snoring in the break room.
I don't think Zach's flirting. I think he's just a nice dude, but from the sounds of things, we can get Zach and Hannah together in one of the endings. But, I don't want him to be with crazy Hannah. I want him to be with normal Hannah.
She brushes off a lock of her hair from her shoulders, stands up, and meanders around the length of the cell for whatever space it would allow. As if it was just a simple stroll in the park, making a show of checking every scratch the past occupants of the room has left on its walls.
Me and hers. Meander. Oh, meander! Okay, thank you.
Nevertheless, I try to make myself small against the corner. Any closer and we'll be crossing each other's personal spaces. Frankly, that's more than I'm comfortable with.
Be that as it may, they have cameras here too. How are you going to explain that when they check?
That doesn't matter, dear.
It does. Your popularity ain't going to give you any kind of immunity from the law. I appreciate the visit, but I'd rather not see you get into trouble.
It makes her stop. But just as I am starting to think I've finally reasoned with her.
You don't want to get out of here.
Of course I do. But you don't have to do anything. It's my fault. I'll find a way out of this mess.
You did bring it to yourself.
This really is just a misunderstanding, Hana. I didn't mean to trespass. If you'll just listen to the whole story, you'll know I didn't mean to do it.
Hana's VA right now is sending shivers down my spine. I don't like the way she's talking. Something about it just screams nope to me.
I'm really disappointed in you.
I look straight at her, at the sudden change of her tone, checking for any signs if I've upset her with what I did. Of course she would be. She has every right to. After all that talk, the little attempts to build a friendship, here I went and broke into another person's house. Her home. On so many levels, beyond any kind of friendship, it is still wrong. Her anger doesn't come off as I'm expecting it to, however. Instead, she smiles. That's not a good thing, bro. Oh no! Oh no! That's not the walk of a person. I don't like this. A horrid smile I didn't think I'd ever see from her.
Breaking into our home. Disturbing my love in his sleep.
Oh yeah. Your prince. Oh.
You've upset my Prince Zack. You've really upset him.
I really don't like that sprite. Whoever did the art for this is great.
Hana?
Dude, she looks like a zombie. She's gonna eat you. This is the start of the outbreak, man.
Panic swells in me, ripping up my spine. Irrational, I know. You shouldn't feel this way about anyone you know. But here I am, backing away, trying to keep an ample distance between the two of us. I'm afraid. Wholly afraid of her. This ain't Hana.
No shit, Sherlock!
The bars rattle as soon as my shoulders hit it. A hindrance, not to freedom, but to safety.
Has anyone ever told you how beautiful those eyes of yours are?
Are you gonna gouge out his eyes? Hey, guard, wake up, I need a meat shield. Yo.
Nana? Occasionally my sister.
I can't. Oh, sweetie, he actually answered it honestly. Oh no.
Hana? You alright?
Sweetie.
She laughs, a deranged little thing coming from her. There's no cheer in it, no warmth, only spite.
Makes me want to take them home, wrap them in those pretty ribbons I have in my vanity.
I think we need a resurrection spell, bro. I think we need a res.
I'm pretty sure my prince would love it, don't you think, Zachary? A little gift from me.
Luke's crazy, but I don't think he wants someone's eyes as a collection.
Stay away from me!
She moves in short, sudden, bone-crunching twitches that are too painful for me to watch. I want to look away, but I can't. I'm screaming for help before I know it, jolting the bars with as much force as I could.
Somebody, get me out of here! Anyone, please!
Bugger off! Some people are trying to get some sleep here!
Yo, and I'm trying not to get my eyes gouged out in here.
No! She's here! You've gotta let me out! She's gonna kill me! Someone! She's...
Oh, you poor thing. Don't you worry. You won't even feel the pain.
Achievement unlocked. What beautiful eyes you have. You've unlocked a memory fragment. Was she forced to give birth? Yeah. Okay. Time to get Marianne killed! We're gonna get her to, join her mate. I do not like the wording of this question. Please tell me that rejecting him is the way of getting a better relationship with Luke. Otherwise, I will hate myself forever.
We're both drunk.
Oh, thank the gods. Okay. I don't think much will change in Marianne's route since we kill most people. Most people are dead. She's kind of like a side character. I think you have something to say? Oh, it did go up. Okay, Pog. I give her time to speak up. I don't know if I chose this one. Oh, I did choose this one last time. Okay. Da, 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 da. This was check out a noise, right? Yeah, okay. The crash came from the hallway, and I really shouldn't be snooping about. But it's just concern. Yeah. Concern that urges me to check it out. Sneaking a glance at the butler, I consider sneaking off, but...
Excuse me, but where's the loo?
He barely looks my way before pointing a spatula towards the hallway. It's a good excuse as any. And if I'm caught lingering longer than I should, I could just excuse myself and say that I wasn't sure which door led to where. I don't like this! I regret this decision! I regret this decision! I don't like the CG! I don't like the CG! I don't like this background, it's scary. Still looking into the hallway reveals nothing. I don't see anything that might have caused the crash. The hallway, like the rest of the place, is still in pristine condition. It's just unsettling. It's a very nice background. This early into her route? I don't think so. If there is, that'd be impressive. What was Marianne's QuickTime event now that I think about it? Wait, hold on, Fish. You might be onto something. Hold on. Oh, she did have a QuickTime event over here. Okay. Yeah, near the end. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you for the stretch and thank you for the posture check. Not if you enter on. Fair enough. There are several doors for not only the toilet, but also, presumably, rooms for their butler and for other members of the staff.
As I stand there, however, something definitely feels out of place. One of the doors, the nearest within my reach, stands ajar, and from inside a light flickers incessantly. It could simply be a light bulb that needs replacing. But the thought of it in a place so well taken care of seems odd. Off. I think that maybe this is where the crash came from. Inside, I spy a radio laying on the floor. That's probably it, right? Maybe one of the help, in a hurry to get out of the room, knocked it over in the process. If that's all it is, I should really leave it alone. As I turn to leave, the sound of static fills the air, and a man's tinny voice interrupts the silence.
At 7 in the morning, students found a 5th year dead.
Why am I still standing here?
Assumed to have fallen from her dormitory window.
This seems familiar, doesn't it?
Authorities are investigating the possibility of foul play.
Like I've heard it before.
Reporting from St. Samthins, Shane McLaughlin of Galway Bay, AM.
Oh! Hello. I recoil, backing away from whatever that was. Oh, Shane, sweetheart. Pat. It's okay. She left quickly. In the process, I trip backwards on my feet, and I wait for the pain of falling flat on my back. Fish. Pat. Here, we'll have a capybara break. We'll have a capybara break, everyone. It's fine. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. We have the capybara. It's echoed. We're good. We're getting haunted by the ghost of Cappy. We are fine. In the process, I trip backwards on my feet, and I wait for the pain of falling flat on my back. But instead, I feel a hand on my back, and I see the smug smile of, well, guess who?
Oh, don't tell me you're reporting to work drunk, Mint.
Ew. I take it back, we're not safe. Of course. I knew exactly who that voice belongs to. It just have to be him.
Marianne McCullough, hammered on the job? That would be something.
But...
Wouldn't dream of it, whiskey. You're allowed to be if you wanted, though it's a bit early for it. So thanks for the save.
Really, it is much appreciated. Even though the circumstances during our first meeting were not savory or wholesome, I can't bring myself to completely look at Mr. Wright in a bad light. How? Well, I guess he didn't force himself on you and just left. No, wait, no, he didn't just leave. You guys literally slept together. He slept on the couch or something. I guess that is a redeeming quality. Nothing came out of it after all.
It's no trouble at all. I've been told I have a gift for catching pretty ladies, being a great catch myself.
The lies. They hurt.
Is that so? Would you say you'll be able to catch if another man were to pitch?
No, Hannah. We didn't sleep together. We just slept together. You know, like a slumber party. Jeez. Don't get your panties in a twist.
Perhaps, but I wouldn't know. I don't play baseball, Mint.
Right. Of course you don't.
I can't help but chuckle at my little joke, but it looks like it completely went over his head. Oh, she was hinting that he pitches for the other team. If he had understood it, I guess it would have been inappropriate. He is my client after all. I guess looking for the miss. He does not want me to look for his wife. Okay. What? Why don't you want me to look for for Hannah? That's weird. I want to see more of Luke no understanding jokes. Just that dead-eyed fish stare. Straightening my jacket, I clear my throat and look at him dead in the eye. He isn't Whiskey anymore. He's just another client that I have to cater to. Certainly I can reason with him. He might not be such a bad guy. As if he didn't push when I told him no. Yeah, that is the reason why she can't see him in a bad light. Decent bloke, okay, fair enough. Maybe that night had been a slip on his part. I have to at least make it clear that I'm here strictly on business and that nothing is to happen between us because of that night.
It'll be Miss McCulloch to you from now on, though. It'd be best if we keep things professional, Mr. Wright. I have an image to uphold, and I presume that the same goes for you. It won't do to have any untoward rumors about the two of us about a night that didn't even happen, no?
Luke has a stinky reputation. You're good, Marianne.
I'd like to keep calling you Mint, actually. If we're to convince everyone that nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
That'd be much, much more convincing.
Fine, but I'm only here as your interior designer. Nothing else.
Yeah, he does give every woman a nickname, unfortunately. I'm scared of what he'd call me. Not a thought that I want to think of. The dead air between us, because it can't be anything else but that, is broken as a lively voice calls out from the loft. Tiny! But they're floral names. He always names people after plants. Because he calls Isabella Daisy. Rose is Rose. Mint is Mint. Hannah is Buttercup. So it's all flowers or some sort of plant. I am 100% down for him calling me Tiny, though.
Marianne! I hope I haven't kept you waiting too long.
He is not allowed to use that. No, he's not allowed to use that. I'll tell him, no. I'll take a page from Rose's book. I'm kicking him where the sun don't shine.
I know we agreed we'd start at 10 o'clock, but mornings just simply do not agree with me. Not one bit. It's been like this since I've been in university.
Oh, is that why he didn't want us to look for Hannah? So that she could rush longer? It's 5 minutes to 11 o'clock. These high-end clients sure like to be fashionably late. I'm used to it, though, much like how I'm used to so many years of hearing people mispronounce my name. Same, Marianne. When the person you're talking to uses your online name. Dude, the mispronunciation of my name was so bad. It was to the point teachers would call me by a nickname, and they would get confused when they look at the freaking name board, because it's like, we don't have this student here. Who is this? They don't exist. This isn't a name. And I'm just like, that's my name, sir. You just call me by a different one. Please. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Besides, berating or correcting my client would be extremely impolite, and Marianne doesn't sound too bad when she says it. To be fair, it doesn't seem like she's late on purpose.
I see you're up, darling. You know, you could have woken me up as well. Were you showing Marianne around? Not that there's much to see. This place is so tiny compared to the mansion.
I'm more worried about the way she stares at me. Judging. Such a look. It doesn't suit her pretty face at all. Just seeing Miss Wright reminds me too much of her. And maybe I'm starting to hear her again. See her again when I shouldn't. I should have left it all behind, forgotten it. To think she would be looking at me that way. I can just feel my hands tremble.
Oh yes, just showing her around and getting to know each other. Isn't that right, Marianne?
How do you actually pronounce her name if it's not Marianne?
Yes, of course.
Marianne? Marie? Marianne?
And your butler was making breakfast a while ago. So if you want to get right to that...
Wait, is there... No, McCullough. Where... Is there a way... Is there a voice line where you say your first name? I don't think there is. How do you pronounce your name? Wait. I'm curious. This is gonna bother me. Wait, I need to know. I need to know. How do I pronounce your name? As someone who also has a really hard name to pronounce, I want to respect this. Scots Gaelic, okay, and then Marianne. Hello? Good night, look. Thank you. Happened to me once. That was really weird. An old name of mine, by the way, not the current one. Fern has always been my online name, to be honest. Since that, Oh wait, no. It hasn't always been Fern, actually. I'm not telling the other name. What?
We are looking at how to pronounce this name, as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing names, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. How do you say it for reference in French? Because it is an important name in French. It is said as Marianne. In English, Marianne. Marianne.
That still doesn't sound right. It's not French, though. Gaelic. I don't think that's right, though.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in the world, like this other curious word, but how do you say what you're looking for today? We are looking at how to pronounce this name, as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing names, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. How do you say it for reference in French? Because it is an important name in French. It is said as Marianne.
Why is this the same video just uploaded in different times? What? Oh, it is of French origin. Huh. So you like put emphasis on the E? Question mark?
Breakfast would be lovely.
There is no denying the clients when they invite me over to the table. Though it is too personal to share a meal in their home, it would be terribly rude to deny their invitation. Besides, the pancakes did look and smell heavenly. A bowl of clotted cream, fruits, syrups, jams, and other spreads are laid out next to them, making a colorful arrangement. I have read this. I was right. Oh, yes, the make everyone love each other. Compromise. I'd prefer Hannah to love me over Luke. Yeah, Hannah went up, Luke went down. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, so I said we can compromise first. Okay, interesting. So I haven't seen this dialogue. Miss Wright has her points, though I really didn't want to butt into the spat of a husband and wife. But with the way the two were looking at me to settle this, I might as well just keep to the facts instead of giving opinion.
Mr. Wright, your plan isn't quite feasible from an architectural perspective. I'm not even sure how much we can do without closer inspection. Well, the one about the garage, at least. A walk-in closet is easy enough, but the garage?
See, a garage isn't architecturally feasible and it isn't going to be financially sound as well. We're already going to spend a lot on your other requests. You have several acres of land to park on already.
What? Did you calculate that on the fly? Financially sound my foot. You're probably just thinking up of imaginary numbers.
Might I remind you that I was a financial manager? I also looked over and approved the expenses of our other houses. I know the rough cost of these things by now, love.
Woof!
Masters in Business Administration, major in accounting. Sometimes I think you forget that I'm not as dumb as I act.
Woof! That catches my attention more than anything. It sounds more unbelievable than Whiskey playing the piano. She really didn't seem like the type. She's not allowed to do math?
Business Administration and Accounting? What university?
What major do people think she does?
Lux Spawn U, of course. Go Lux Dragons. Red and gold.
Excuse me, how about we move on this chit-chat ahead and do whatever else needs to be done sometime today? I had to cancel my appointments for this, you know. We might as well do a proper inspection with the designer this time, just to get it out of the way.
Women aren't allowed to think. Damn.
Yes, no time like the present. You want a thorough inspection? Might as well do it now. We actually took another look at the property yesterday, though it was brief.
Boop. First floor. I've already seen enough of this floor during the open house. Of course, I know it's just a convenient excuse, but I don't want us to be in the same room as Whiskey anytime soon. Actually, we have seen Hannah, so we are going to the ground floor. Oh! Wait, what? It said that changed relationships, but it didn't. That's weird. Alright, just because there's one troublesome client shouldn't mean I'll let him get in the way of my work. The parlor is my first destination, mostly because I figure Mr. Wright is hiding down in the wine cellar and making plans there. I'm going to bump into him sooner or later, but I'd rather make it later. Much, much later. The place, upon closer inspection, is in good shape. I don't doubt this place was done with the most care, considering it would be one of the first rooms visitors would see during the open house. There's a stain on the carpet, most likely by one of the guests at the time, but it isn't anything a good cleaning can't get rid of. Next is the music room. Or at least that's the plan.
Locked? Oh, come on now.
I rattled the doorknob again, harder this time, to double check, and even give it a good budge to see if it isn't a problem with the door itself. But no, definitely locked. That is weird, considering the rest of the rooms aren't. It could be this. It could just be this one, though. And I'd try the other door, though, through the ballroom, if I really want to get in. And that's when I hear it. Hey yo, Luke's the one who plays the eerie piano music when we're playing horror games. Let's go. The sound of a piano. Though it plays one note over and over again. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand, and I back away from the door. Though I wasn't exactly the superstitious sort. What am I going to do? The room is locked. I can go back to it later. Maybe see if I can go through the ballroom and... The music room door opens, and who else but Luke Wright stands by the doorway? He looks a lot like a cat that ate a canary, and I didn't appreciate the way his eyes linger on me.
Isn't it common sense that locked doors mean someone wants a bit of privacy? You needn't try to break the door down.
Or did you just want to see me again that badly without the misses? I don't see why you would, though, Mint. Nothing really happened between us.
Well, I wasn't looking for whiskey. I was just going around to do my inspection. Thought it needed a push, just in case the door was stuck and actually needed repairs.
So you really are some fancy interior designer, huh?
Had you told me you were one, I would have called you a piss taker. I figured you'd be,
I don't know, an assistant going for a drink after a week with a tosser of a boss.
I'm just glad you thought me any sort of professional with how ossified I was. I must have not looked the part, so I understand your surprise.
He doesn't offer a witty retort, and he grows quiet for a moment.
At first glance, Hana didn't look like some fancy finance manager when I first met her either. She was the pretty daughter of this rich, powerful man. When she was introduced, they told me that she was not there as the man's daughter, but as a part of management. I thought it dubious.
Can I slap you?
All the beautiful women I knew before her, they used their looks to get what they want.
May I kick you?
And there she was, with all that she could ever need in life, and yet she works hard to earn her keep.
And that's respectable. May I punch you?
It sounds like you admire her.
Hearing that, I too can't help but feel admiration for Miss Wright.
You enjoy your job, don't you, Mint?
It helps me earn my keep, as you would put it. A bit strange to say out loud, but it gives me purpose as well.
Do you think then that, maybe, Hana would want to go back to being a working person?
Can we slap him in Yushin? Ooh, yes! Do you want the right cheek or the left? We should get a third person to smack him on the head. Taken aback by his question, I wait for further clarification. What makes him ask this? And why me of all people, right? Oh, so he does wonder.
Shouldn't you be asking her this? Isn't her opinion much more important than that of someone you just met in a pub a few nights ago?
I'll leave it up to you. I'll take right. Okay, so he has been wondering if Hana wants a divorce and, like, wants to go back to work. I didn't know she stopped working after she married Luke. So she was gonna be a stay-at-home mama. How cute. Oh.
You're a woman, and I figured you might know more. I mean, people are always saying that women are fulfilled by having husbands and having a good home.
I want to slap him, I want to slap him, I want to slap him, I want to slap him.
But then, I see ones like you who look happy having jobs. Maybe she's like you, and having a job would be better for her.
I mean, it's something to do. Ask her yourself, man.
Just because I'm a woman? You do know we don't all think the same way.
We're not a hive mind, bro.
But I don't know. I'm not married or anything, but this shouldn't be a complicated matter. She's your wife for how many years? Talk to her. Ask her what she wants. Don't you guys talk during supper or something?
His face is looking more and more slappable. Right? He looks so confused. That gets him thinking. Hold up. Wait.
Okay, wait. I'll find one. I'll find it. I'll find it. I need this. Wait, okay. Hand. Hold up. Wait. I can do this. I can do this. Wait. My plan, it's working. I swear. I'm just really slow. Yeah, okay. And then boop. And then bah! Bah, boof, bah. Boof, bah, boof, bah. Bang, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, there. I've done it. I have slapped him. That was oddly... That was oddly satisfying. Thank you for the Wonder Hoy. That gets him thinking. Or at least it looks like it does. Emu attack. Fair.
Well, I should let you get back to work. Thanks for talking with me, I suppose.
Right. But anything goes awry if you take my advice. Just remember that I'm not some marriage counselor. So take it with a grain of salt.
My marriage goes down the shitter, I'll sue you. Noted.
Damn. You ain't ruining Marianne's career. You know what you deserve for that? Me. Boop, ba, boop. Boof, beep, boof. Boop, ba, boof, bee. Boof, 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 ba. Boop, ba, boop.
Wait, that's not...
Too late. He takes a step back into the music room, shuts the door, and leaves me there looking gobsmacked. He wasn't serious, was he? That man, I don't understand him at all. One moment he's this huge arse, and then he's this person. The next.
Odd guy. Still needs a good arse kicking if you ask me.
Oh my god, yes, you're right. I should find a foot emoji. No. Okay, so forget about going into the music room then. That's right. He'll have to go there out of there sooner or later. In the meantime, I can go around and check the rest of the house. All my worries fade when I step into the ballroom. And, well, the whole place is just grand, isn't it? I can see why the Wrights made sure nobody else would take this place from them. Anyone who has it will certainly be the belle of the ball. It's pretty much one great big status symbol. Hello? Hello, Ketchup the Bear. How are you? How's it going? What were you doing, my dude? Ooh, you play Tum Tum? What's Tum Tum? That sounds interesting. What is Le Tum Tum? I am fascinated. I have a new trick. It has something to do with this hand. But yeah, catch up. I hope you had a fun stream tonight. Yes. I was lurking.
Anyone who has it will certainly be the belle of the ball. It's pretty much one great big status symbol. It's a creature collector game. Oh yeah, okay, like Pokemon, but I have many gripes with the game. Just kind of trying to get through it right now. It was a good time though. Ooh, how are the designs catch up? Oh, it did look like a bootleg Pokemon game to me, to be honest, when I popped my head in. I don't think I can do much of a thorough inspection in this room, so I note it down for later. I wish you the best of luck getting through it, my dude. Hopefully it gets fun later on. I'm glad to hear it was a good time, though. Yes, yes, yes. Moving on to the kitchens, I check the ventilation and the general fire safety in the kitchen. This is the most important for a place this size. I would, of course, suggest bringing an actual fire safety inspector over for a more detailed inspection. It wouldn't do to see such a beautiful architecture go up in flames after all. Oh, Marianne, I'm so sorry. The monster designs are pretty decent. Some are definitely better than others. My starter just evolved into their third stage, and my little bionic fire hedgehog evolved too. Oh my god, that sounds adorable. They sound so cute. I take measurements on the countertops and cabinets. Note down what type of wood they use. Have I read this before? I have not. Okay. They wanted some of these recreated to hide modern appliances. Wait, now I want to look them up. Temtem, you said it was called? I wish to see these cuties with my own eyes. Yes, yes. Temtem. It does look like Pokemon. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Wait, which starter did you choose? One of the starters looks like a turtle. One of the starters looks like a turtle. I want him. I love him. Oh my gosh. He's a baby. If you play Temtem, definitely play through it with a friend. Probably much more fun. Ooh, noted. Okay. Aww. One of them looks like a turtle. I want him. Ooh. Yeah, one of them looks like a turtle. Oh, Mossy, you've heard of Temtem? What's been stopping you from playing Temtem? Oh my gosh, I think this is its like second or third evolution, and you can ride him to battle. Wait, is a single image actually gonna make me want to buy a game? Look at him! Look at that dude! Not sure. You can play through the whole game with another person, but you both only have a party of 3. You can purchase mounts. Oh! Okay, you have to purchase mounts. That's sad. But look at this dude! It's a turtle! Hope there isn't a plastic type. No! Fish! Why would you hurt me this way? Oh, the game has a the game has a battle pass? Okay. Huh. There's a digital type. Huh, interesting. Thank you, Fish. Thank you, Ketchup, I mean. Huh. There's a loose floorboard in the farthest corner, and some of the others had scratches, but everything else seems to be in decent shape. Reality is often disappointing. Fish, no! Think of the turtles! My concentration is broken when someone knocks.
You can come in. Door's not locked.
I wait, expecting Miss Wright or their butler to come in. But yeah, catch up. If you need to rest, please rest. Yeah, and you can't even really do anything with the live service side of the game until you beat the main campaign. And I'm like 40 hours in now and not done. Oh, damn. Oh, dude, that... Whoa, okay. That sounds like a chore.
Ah! I'm dying of sickness. Help! Help! Ah!
The game's pacing is kind of slow. Sounds like a casual 60-hour session. Sleep is for the weak. Got it. When doing a 24-hour stream, I gotta play Temtem. Noted.
But yes, I need to lurk. Gotta find some foods and get ready to bed. Oh, I hope you have yummy foods. Thank you so much for the raid. Yes, yes, yes.
I almost said for the stream. Thank you so much for the stream, bro. Oh, I love you. Thank you.
But nobody entered.
Ah, fair enough, fish.
Instead, there's that knocking again. It's louder and more urgent this time, and I'm pretty sure I didn't lock the thing.
All right. I'm coming. Just hold on.
When I moved to open the door, though, I realized something. The knocking isn't coming from the door, but from somewhere else. The trap door?
You're not allowed to die.
I paused for a second, waiting. But the knocking has not ceased. And soon enough, it becomes desperate.
The dull thuds from before switching to what seems to be scratching. I don't like this audio. I've never heard it.
Desperate and insistent at once, as if grasping for respite.
Is somebody stuck down there? Jack!
Oh, Kitty! Where did that come from? How did it even get down there? That put the heart sway in me, it did. I love cats, but they have no business giving people a fright. For a second there, all those gnarly rumors about this place had come flooding back. Now peering into the darkness of the open trap door gets me thinking. It gets me curious. Seriously though, I should really make sure there aren't any more surprises from down under.
Did they just get a free cat?
I don't think the Wrights would appreciate it if we find a litter of kittens making a house of the wine cellar. Oh my god, if I buy a house and I find out that like a stray cat made its home there, I'd be like, oh no, my roommates had kittens. There's a writing competition for the Lofty Girl YouTube channel, and I'm contemplating whether to enter. Ooh, wait, fish.
What's the criteria for entering? What do you have to write about? Bro, why are you contemplating? I say go for it. Wait, what's the subject matter? I'm interested now. What? Huh? Writing competition? That sounds actually really interesting and fun.
Mr. Wright seemed the type to skin a cat, if any of his precious wines were to be contaminated.
500 to 1,000 words about the story of how Lo-Fi Girl meets Lo-Fi Boy. Oh yeah! Cause they did do that whole thing of like changing the doing the zoom in the apartments, right? I remember that. Ooh. Fish, I say go for it. That's a drabble. That's a short story. Yeah, that's a drabble. Got nothing to lose. In fact, if I look over how they did that switch again, from Lo-Fi girl to Lo-Fi boy, I might take a swing at it too. That sounds really fun. Now I just keep glancing at chat and not wanting to move on because it's like writing, 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 hello, writing. I'm done with the kitchens anyways. It is better not to force it. It is better not to force it. I wish you the best of luck if you do enter though. Going down a flight of stairs while wearing high heels is always a bad idea. Thank you. I appreciate it. Descending into the dark underground only made it worse. But I manage anyhow without any major slip-ups.
These stairs need work, that's for sure.
Can you put a link in the Discord to the contest? Would you kindly? If you can kindly? Oh, okay. Surprisingly, the wine cellar is in good condition. No water damage from last year's flooding, and apart from the dust and cobwebs that have accumulated, the place will likely hold for several more years. Racks and barrels line the walls, making the spacious room look smaller than it is. I'm no expert, but it looks good enough for immediate use without any further additions. Bloody whiskey will be having a field day. I think so anyway, until I feel something crunch beneath my feet. Whatever, a few bottles were left behind here are now nothing but glass under my heels. The cat's fault, I'd wager. And it made a downright mess, with red slick pooling from the remnants of a good drink. There's a lot of stuff to have just been a few bottles, though. A whole trail of it flows from the end of the room, and I follow, fully expecting a leaking barrel or a whole upturned rack. Instead, it just keeps on going, and it stops in a large puddle at the very back wall.
What a waste of wine. Why is it so sticky, though? Ugh.
Maybe it wasn't crushed properly? It's too thick. Nothing like wine. Oh dear. Oh dear. Of course, it could just be mold.
Maybe it's not wine. Go on, touch it. I dare ya.
Despite it all, I find myself answering. Because it's her voice. Amy Lorraine. Lovely Amy. Pretty Amy. I can imagine her standing there with me, laughing and pestering me as I did my work, in the way only friends can. She was my friend, and the only one that I had in St. Samathans. I was a scholar, the charity case, in a school for privileged and prestigious young girls. They all looked down at me, if they cared to look at me or acknowledge my presence at all. All except her. Sometimes I wish for the good old days when we were friends. Now she's nothing but a ghost, though I try so hard to get over her. I really, really do.
What am I, 5 years old? Oh, damn it, it's stuck under my shoe.
I double dare you. Hell, I double dog dare you. Don't be such a scaredy cat. It's probably wine. What else could it be? Blood?
Don't be ridiculous. Why would there be blood down here?
If I was the joking sort, I would have said it. Might be the reason why the previous owners sold the place. Maybe the ghost stories are actually true, and they wanted to get away from the walls that dripped of ectoplasmic goo, and whatever other ghouls haunted about. Man, I'm stumbling on my words. I'm getting sleepy. Doubt it. I hardly believe in any of that voodoo nonsense as it is. But as I stare at the mess at my feet, probably looking like a fool while I'm at it, I notice something strange. It isn't visible unless one is really paying attention, but I can see the red gunk seeping through a crack in the wall.
What's this then?
I worry about structural damage and damage to the foundation. I worry about the wine cellar,
as the wrong conditions can lead to the deterioration of its contents if temperatures and humidity are not controlled. Up until I see how clean cut the crack is. It runs along the edge of the wall and vertically along it, where a door would be. Pressing my hand against the wall leads credence to the idea as I try to feel where it would give way.
Ooh, could it be an adventure then? A secret passage? There must be a hidden switch somewhere. Go look! This is the most interesting thing you've done by far.
If there's a hidden room here, that can certainly explain this discrepancy in the mansion's floor plans. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that there could be hidden rooms and passageways all over the house if we're to follow that logic. And boy, isn't that exciting. This feels like something straight out of a game. Boy howdy, doesn't this feel like a game? Maybe a visual novel, perhaps. Suddenly, she touches my arm, and I flinch away in shock. That shouldn't be possible. I understand auditory hallucinations, maybe even visual hallucinations. But that was...
You look surprised. What's wrong?
That's not possible. You're...
dead.
Aren't you happy to see a dear old friend, though? I'm hurt, I am.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, isn't it obvious? I come back for you.
That makes it sound like you're gonna kill me.
So that we can be together again.
You are going to kill me. When she touches me once more, I recoil. What does she mean together again? She's dead.
No! Leave me alone!
She's getting angry, Shade. I think she's getting angry.
Leave you alone? But I just got here.
Poor Johans. Turning around, I'm met with the Wright's butler, who looks at me with an indifferent look. And when I look back, Lorraine is gone.
I wasn't talking to you, just thinking aloud is all.
You should really avoid talking to yourself, Kint. Do more of that and others will think you're insane.
Yes, thank you. Is that all you're here for, or has your master sent you running down here for something?
Oh, no, I am just down here to admire the place. I've not been inside before. I thought I would look around before we return to the city.
I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not.
The car is already running, you see, and I suggest you go back to the foyer, unless you wish to be left behind. It seems you are in good company already, after all, with this house and your imaginary friend.
Wait, we're leaving already? But I haven't finished inspecting the rest of the house.
Be that as it may, there's a sulking man-child up there who wishes to go home. We are all subject to his whims, lest he throw a tantrum.
Baby toddler Luke. I can't help but smile at that. He's a strange guy. I still can't imagine how he can work for a guy like Luke Wright, though. I imagine the blonde arse isn't an easy guy to get along with. Whatever, the butler was having to tolerate that, I want 10 of it.
And we wouldn't want any soiled knickers or spilled milk. Why don't you go head on and I'll be right there.
Very well. Do be careful on your way back. I saw some broken glass on the way and it would not do to cut yourself on them.
I will, yeah. Just tell Mr. Wright not to blow a gasket or anything. I'll be just a minute.
Speaking of blowing gaskets, there's something else dangerous here. Whatever is behind that door, it could pose some problems. Best case scenario, it'd only ruin good stocks of wine. But who knows what's behind that false wall? I'll have to come back to it. It's already dark as we make our way out of the mansion. Okay, we've read this. Oh! That curious thing in the wine cellar, which is stuff I'd only read about from plucking horror stories. And her. I should feel the slightest bit hesitant. I was lucky. I've seen enough films to know what happens when a promiscuous woman enters a haunted house. This is my chance to turn it down, make excuses, say that I'm not up to the task, that I need to take care of my old sick father. Just pay the fine, which is probably outrageous for a contract like this, and let it go. I should turn it down, but for some obscene reason, I can't. In the same manner, I haven't let go of her, of the regret that has shadowed me since that day. Much as I hate to admit it, even to myself, seeing her again, the mischievous glint in her eyes, the loose tendrils of her hair curled around her forehead, the way she threatened my life, it's something I've terribly missed. And now that it's here, almost within arm's reach, my father would tell me, sometimes you should just simply have a go through with it. Consequences be damned. And well, I don't really have any logical reason to say no. At least not something a client like the Wrights would want to hear from a professional designer.
It's certainly an interesting project. You can be sure I'm seeing it through the end.
Such dedication! Oh, I do love the determination.
You were always determined like that, weren't you?
Hearing her voice once again sends a chill down my back. I can't wait for the day to be over.
Wow. Eepy.
Yeah, I think we'll call it here. My voice is actually getting weaker. You can hear my sniff snoofs. Thank you, Shade. I highly appreciate it. Casually dies. Shade, I hope that... Wait, do you have the sick? I don't remember. I hope you don't have the sick. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are.
Yeah. This has been Fran the Fun, and because I'm a coward,
I will just shout out the person I wish to raid because I'm a coward. Maybe I'll work on that this New Year's. Raiding people. Do you get any blackouts? Luckily, no. Luckily, no. No blackouts from the storm, luckily.
Yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, support this dude. He loves Raiden Shogun and Genshin Impact, and he will do your dailies and Spiral Abyss for you. What a mad lad. Yeah, that's it for me. Oh wait, Shay, did you have any blackouts in your area? I hope you're doing well. I'm fine, yes. Manitoba is pretty good for infrastructure in that sense. Ah, okay. That's good to hear. But yes.
Yeah.
We'll call it there then, my dudes. Yeah. You too, my dude.
Yeah, thank you. Good night, Mozzie. Good night, Shade. Yes.
Oh, Mozzie, thank you for the sunshine. It feels brighter in here already.
Yes. But yeah, this has been Fran the Fun. And yeah, that's it for me.
Please do take care. And good morning, fish.
Haha, I remembered your time zone.
But yeah, that's it for me. Please take care and le boo.